A Florida man burned down his house because he was worried about vampires. A Florida lady shot a Florida man who entered her home because dinosaurs were chasing him. A Florida man is accused of exposing himself to many toll booth workers. And a woman tried to steal a fire engine in Florida after consuming a magic potion. These are the weird stories for Friday on Weird AF News, and they're all from the state of Florida, because it's Florida Friday on Weird AF News, the only daily weird news podcast hosted by a comedian. All these stories from Florida. Let's do it.
Those bizarre stories you hear about all the time that seem to only happen here in Florida. I know, right?
Can't make this stuff up. It is just one of the many wacky news stories out of Florida.
Why does the Sunshine State consistently produce such strange news?
But what accounts for all this bizarre news? Is it the weather? Is it the people?
Florida is full of the crazy stories.
A Florida woman has been arrested for attempting to steal a fire truck after drinking a magic potion. What a great title of a story. A Florida lady was arrested, charged with grand theft auto after trying to steal a whole fire engine. I mean, I'm talking a big mama. I don't even know how you drive those. You need some sort of special license and training, I'd imagine. Well, that didn't stop her. She tried to steal a whole fire engine. And she also acted erratic, it says. So, yeah, you don't need to say that. After you've said tried to steal a fire engine, I don't need to hear acting erratic as well. Like, that's acting very erratic. Very rogue. She's gone rogue trying to steal a whole fire engine. According to the police report, they responded to a report of a lady that said she needed some CPR. So the fire truck arrived. Fire rescue as well. Police and the personnel asked the lady, identified as 39-year-old Kaylani Jo Kroll, if she needed to be treated. She responded, yes, she needed assistance. She needed CPR. According to the police report, Kaylani was escorted to an ambulance where she fled on foot. She left the ambulance. She started running back and forth on the street erratically. Oh boy, she needs more than CPR, guys. She needs some duct tape. Again, the police asked her if she needed any sort of treatment. She responded, yes. And then she ran away again. What are you guys doing? When someone's acting like this, you strap them to that little gurney thing, whatever that is, in the back of the ambulance. You can't just, ma'am, do you need treatment? What is this? Asking her. She's out of control. Tackle her. Give her some treatment. Tackle her. St. Augustine police officer Brandon said that due to no crime being committed at this point, the subject was just, acting erratic. I had no reason to chase her. Yeah, you did, bro. You had many reasons to chase her. People harm themselves. Not to mention this is Florida. You don't know what they're going to do. Here's another quote from this guy, Brandon, who has a very hands-off approach to people that need service. Well, as I was entering my vehicle, I heard some yelling coming from the fire engine on 5th Street. I heard someone yell, she's stealing the fire truck. She's trying to steal the fire truck, man. So, I had to go see. That's when the officers had to pull Kaylani from the driver's seat of the fire engine and get her into the handcuffs. Well, they wouldn't have went to that place if you had just tackled her and put her into the thing. What are you guys doing? These people are on drugs. That's an understatement. According to the police, Kaylani began making spontaneous statements such as, guys, I'm sorry for trying to take the truck. I lost my marbles back there, guys. I'm so sorry for trying to take that fire engine. When asked if she was under the influence of anything, Kaylani told the police that she had taken, quote, the elixir of life. Oh, good. I always wondered what the effect of the elixir of life would be. I've heard of the elixir of life. I thought it just gave you long life. I didn't know it gave you superpowers. Made you think you could just steal any giant vehicle that seems to be in your path. But apparently that's what it does, guys. The elixir of life gives you long life, and you could steal a fire truck or a tank or a crane. Insert other large vehicle that you need a special permit for. Kaylani was booked on grand theft auto, resisting arrest. The good news is Kaylani's going to live forever after having taken the elixir of life. It's just going to be in a jail cell. Now, I looked up the elixir of life. I want to know what the ingredients are. Is it meth? I think it's a combo platter of many Florida chemicals. But in the world of Harry Potter, it's something completely different. The elixir is produced by the Philosopher's Stone. It says here, it is unclear whether such alchemy was at work in St. Augustine Beach, Florida, a city 50 miles south of Jacksonville that faces the Atlantic Ocean. A Florida man is arrested after exposing his private parts to multiple toll booth workers. We got a real-life toll booth Willie here, guys. St. Cloud, Florida. The Highway Patrol has arrested a man they say was exposing his genitals to toll booth workers in Central Florida. The troopers say Mark Filiaw, age 41, has been charged with indecent exposure for several incidents involving multiple toll booths. Well, maybe he thought he could get, a free pass if he showed them his member. Sometimes you roll up to that toll booth, man, you got no change. Where's the change? I used it for the laundry. You got nothing. You're like, well, how do I get through? Hey, man, if I show you my balls, can I get through for free? They're pretty tremendous balls. I just shaved them, if you want to take a look. According to the arrest report, this guy, Mark, exposed himself to toll workers multiple times, multiple days. We got August 29th through September 5th. Well, he had plenty of time to go get some exact change. I don't know what's going on here. I think he's getting something out of it. This is his fetish. He's got the toll booth Willie fetish. The police say in each case, the toll booth workers say Mark was seen showing his privates, exposing his intimate parts. Also, he had no clothes on. Also, in a couple instances, he was masturbating as he went through the toll booth. Hey, some of those toll booth operators, let's be real, pretty sexy, right, guys? You can't help but want to, ow, bow, chicka, wow, wow. What's up, toll booth operator? What you doing? What time you get off? Hey, no pun intended. Oh, man. Mark was arrested at his home, taken into custody. That's the end of that. It doesn't say. I got another article. Let's see if it gives me more details. I want to know, is he married? What's going on here? Okay, I can find no motive for this. Makes me wonder, sometimes you just want someone to look at your stuff. You want someone to enjoy it as much as you do. And there's just nobody available. And you can only FaceTime so many relatives, right? That's terrible. Well, who has to look at you? A toll booth worker has to face you at some point. They're just forced with it. And so if you're just looking to be one of these creeps, hey man, toll booth person can't even run away. They can't run. They have to stay in the booth. It's the rule. It's a law. They have to stay in the booth. You can shout at them. You can do all sorts of stuff. I feel bad for toll booth operators, especially in Florida. Can you imagine the crap that you see as a toll booth worker in Florida? You're lucky to get through your shift without seeing genitalia at all, having a needle thrown at you or an iguana duct taped. Like, imagine. Thoughts and prayers for Florida toll booth workers. A Florida woman shot a Florida man who entered her home because dinosaurs were chasing him. There's a theme to this episode, guys. Imaginary creatures. That's the theme. A Florida guy was shot by a mom of 3 after deputies say he broke right into her home early Tuesday morning because he thought that dinosaurs were chasing him. This occurred at 5:45 a.m. Dinosaurs get up early is the lesson here. He shattered her front window. His name is Joseph Roberts, age 32. This Florida man shattered the window at 5:45. That's a very early time to have your front window broken into. The woman inside is a 42-year-old mother. She has several teenagers in the house. She called 911 saying, I don't want to shoot him, but I'm going to have to shoot him. He got out of my window, man. Get out of my window, man. Get out. That was my impression of the phone call. Get out of here. I don't want to shoot him, but I might have to. Get out. Oh, my goodness. I think there's a dinosaur behind him. What is that, a pterodactyl? Sheriff Mike Chitwood said during a press conference that the mother gave this man several verbal warnings to leave, but he was very adamant about getting away from the dinosaurs. He needed shelter from the T-Rex and the Velociraptor. Now, after the warnings, the mother actually opened fire, as she should, because you have to protect your family when a crazy Floridian who's running from dinosaurs jumps through your front window at 5:45 in the morning. I'm sure she was very highly caffeinated and ready to go. When the police arrived, the sheriff said they found Roberts in the house, and he had quite an interesting story. Here's a quote from the sheriff. Well, this guy told us that the dinosaurs were chasing him, and he thought he got some bad marijuana. That's it. That's the quote. He thought he got... Oh, no, there's more. Well, he's lucky that she was a bad shot. I'll tell you right now. Oh, because she didn't kill him. She was a bad shot. She accidentally hit him. Maybe she's a good shot and tried to shoot him in the cojones, or in the leg or something. I guess the only explanation in this story is to just watch where you're going to be buying your weed. Just watch where you're buying your weed during this time, all right? There's some bad weed out there. Makes you see dinosaurs, apparently. I love how the sheriff is just totally chill about it. Well, just the moral of the story is just watch out where you're getting your weed. Make sure you might do a couple test puffs before you smoke the whole thing. You know what I mean? If you take a couple puffs and you think you see dinosaur eggs, you want to stop smoking right there because eventually you're going to see full-blown brontosaurus. You know what I mean? You got to test your weed these days. Just be careful out there, guys. Got some bad weed making you see some fantastic beasts. Now, in case you're wondering, White was airlifted to the Central Florida Regional Hospital with injuries not believed to be life-threatening. He was shot in the forearm, and he will live to fight another day. Fight the dinosaurs, that is.
You like podcasts? You're listening to my podcast. Maybe you thought to yourself, I'd like to make a podcast. Too difficult. No, not with Anchor. Anchor has free creation tools that allow you to record and edit your podcast from your phone or your computer. Anchor distributes your podcast to Apple, Spotify, Stitcher, and more. They have advertising integration, so you can even make a little money off your podcast. Everything you need to make a podcast in one place. Download the free Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. And good luck with your podcast. Good luck with your creation. Good luck with your life, man.
A Florida man burns down his house because he was worried about vampires. A Daytona Beach, Florida man was arrested this week after the police say he burned down his whole house after screaming about vampires. Well, Halloween is right around the corner. That means vampires are on the way. Maybe this guy's just very afraid of trick-or-treaters, and they can't really show up to your door if your house is burnt down. So in a way, he is keeping the vampires away. That's a bad joke. What's the name of this man? Melvin Weaver, age 64. The Florida man faces charges of aggravated battery and arson. Daytona Beach police say Weaver's wife tried to have him committed for mental health reasons on Sunday. But when police arrived around 2 o'clock, Weaver was acting quite rationally, and the police on the spot determined that they could not involuntarily commit him to a mental health place. So, by 7 p.m., Weaver grew angry, began hitting his wife and breaking windows with his cane. Apparently, he was screaming the phrase, "The vampires are going to defend themselves! The vampires are going to defend themselves! The vampires are going to defend themselves!" That was what he was shouting. And then he did the unforeseeable. Weaver set fire to the home by throwing ceiling insulation right onto the stove and turning it on. His wife was in the house at the time of the fire. Not good. Fortunately, she managed to escape unharmed. Phew, thankfully, Mrs. Weaver got out. Weaver grabbed a kitchen knife as well and began knocking on neighbors' doors while the house was burning down. He told the neighbors that his house was on fire, which he probably didn't have to because they could probably smell it. He also told them that his wife was inside, along with the vampires. I guess he was telling his neighbors, we need to go in. We need to go get my wife, but leave the vampires in there to burn because, fire kills them vampires. I was all out of steaks, so I burned my house. We got to get my wife, but leave the vampires, man. Of course, Weaver was arrested on the scene as the neighbors reported him and the house on fire. A search of Weaver's body showed no bite marks from vampires, so they think that this vampire situation is a figment of his imagination. What sort of drugs he's on, we can only guess. Weaver's wife claims that he takes pain medication, but she wasn't sure if he had taken any other drugs that day. The home was completely destroyed in the fire, sadly. But on a good note, the vampires also completely destroyed in the fire. Hi, everyone. It's Jonesy. I hope you're having a nice weekend. I hope you enjoyed the Florida Friday episode. Thank you for sending me articles. A lot of you did. Super appreciative. I'm highly caffeinated. Feeling very good as I lead into the weekend. I got some stuff planned for this weekend, including softball. I love it. Can't wait. Can't wait to be outdoors running around in the dirt, getting bloody knees. Yeah, I go all out, guys. Football season's on. I'm very excited about football games this weekend. I hope you're enjoying the weekend. I really do. I'm very grateful that I'm part of your weekend sometimes as well. So I just want you to know I appreciate that. If you'd like to support the show, please tell a friend over the weekend that you really enjoy listening to Weird AF News. It's a great way to, get out of the mainstream news mindset, get yourself laughing a little bit, or at least saying to yourself, hey, at least I'm not in Florida. Yeah. Although, I don't know, maybe you like seeing genitalia in public. If that's your thing, then Florida's the state for you guys. If you'd like to support the show through the Patreon, that's a way to do it. Buy Jonesy a half a cup of coffee a month. Why not? It's patreon.com/weirdafnews. Good times. I post a lot of stuff in there. Extra Weird AF content. Some of it's Florida related. Believe it. Because there's just too much Florida news. I can't even cover it all, so I put it in there. Yeah. You get a nice, healthy dose of Florida every week in the Patreon as well. So, yeah, check that out. Patreon.com/weirdafnews. Consider. Hope you're having fun. And listen, I appreciate you, and I'll see you on Monday.